Welcome everyone to Love Like Hate. This is where I talk about films that I have not had an opportunity to see in the theater or pretty much seen much later on. And today we will be talking about Shadow. This year in May, it was released here in America, and we had an opportunity to see it. And then, thusly, for me, it was released on DVD, and here it is. I had an opportunity to see it. Here we go. I hope it's good. Now, while I was hoping that it was good, I didn't really know what this film was about, other than with one review that I had listened to that someone had a double of themselves and they kind of use that to their ultimate game because there's a king who doesn't want war, he doesn't want anything, he just wants peace, but he always compromises, stuff like that. It was like, what is this film about? And to say the least, it wasn't that far off. There is a commander who has a shadow, as somebody who looks just like him. So when he was wounded in battle all that long ago, he's been training the Shadow to do various different tasks the same way, carrying out the same role and principle. Thusly, a rematch has occurred, the king has been notified, and he does not like this. The king himself is exactly as I had said. He is not a good person, so to speak. He wants to continuously compromise half the time and would rather trade off his sisters or whatever to get something that works for him. As far as that goes, that's probably where I'm going to stop with the plot. And I'm going to talk about various things within this film that I found mesmerizing, things that I rather enjoyed, and then things not so much. But the things that are not going to be as much is going to be kind of tricky. So we're going to start with what I loved. First and foremost, when it comes to what I loved about this film is the way it looks. The overall technical aspect of this film is breathtaking. It is almost in black and white. It has color palettes that really complement the atmosphere, the tone, the setting, the characters, and even its story. And I always thought that when it comes to a land or a certain area of places that these things are taking place in, that's a character in of itself, and it's showing, never speaking, but it's always expressing when you don't even realize it. And what I absolutely loved was the palette of this film. The color palette was extremely well done. The only thing that you see in color mostly is blood, but even then that has its darkish tone that you know the difference between what is liquid and actual, human liquid. That was gross. Anyway, regardless of the fact, it's really one of those things, like on a technical level, this movie's impressive beyond measure. Not to mention, I do understand that it was actually meant to sort of emulate the Chinese oil paintings. Once I found that out, I was like, oh, that was good. I really find that the performances were not ham-fisted or, just in it for the paycheck. I really see these people really committing to these roles because there are some very impressive technical aspects. One guy plays two people of the same nature, and the CGI is flawless. I swear to God, it's the one time I can ever say flawless because when I was watching it, I was like, those are two different people, right? Sort of similar, but you're kind of like, hey, you wouldn't notice on a galloping horse, right? No, that's the same person. Overall, though, that's kind of where my love for this movie kind of stops. The performances, I could tell, were great. The movie looked sensational. What I liked was its execution. And then this is where we're going to get into tricky matters, and especially on things that I didn't like. So, its execution in this film has to really go based off of what you're told and what you should go in for yourself. And it's kind of one of those tricky things of like, you want to review a film and say, hey, this is really good, hey, this is really bad, this is really in between, see for yourself. And yet, it's like a lot of people won't watch a review based off of that. They would like to see it for themselves first before they come to a review. And if you're seeing this first before seeing the film, I don't want to sell this to you as an action movie. I would rather sell it to you as a drama. And that's what I liked about it. It was the fact that it was an actual drama more than an action film. So its execution was really nice, considering the fact that you're watching these characters unfold the plot before us. They're the ones that caused it. They're the ones that are trying to end it. They're anticipating this. They're getting ready for that. And I rather enjoyed that. I wasn't bored for a moment. This is the part what I'm talking about here. This is the, nah, I'm okay with this, because the execution is fine. It was my expectations based on what I heard. And with this film, you get two things here. Two. One of the best movies of the year. Okay, that is accurate. I could say that is accurate. The action is nothing short of sensational. If anything, I would have to say the action is short. Honestly, I cannot stand when these little tiny reviews happen on the film itself, when people are talking about it in their, 5 to 8 minute reviews, their lengthy talking points, they get to say how much they love something, but they never point out the slight itty bitty flaws that could turn somebody off. And that is slow pacing after being told it's an action film, or there's a drama, but the action's woven through in it. Look, I'll put it to you this way. I'm watching this film and I'm thinking, I'll give this movie about 30 minutes to establish its drama, but before the action starts to pick up, and make sure you understand that this world is not just a bunch of people bickering and getting ready. It is going to be full of execution. The movie's just shy of 2 hours. The first hour alone is nothing but talking. Nothing but, I want this, I want that. Here's what you're going to do. Here's how you're going to do it. A couple of training scenes that are brief. They're not very exciting. They're just more like, okay, they're getting ready. I totally understand that. And then, well, after that, you get to the big moments. Those moments where like, hey, we've been building up to this rematched duel. Here we go. Hey, that's having something more behind it where this is going to start being executed right now. Here we go. Ultimately, it becomes just anticipation. Where are we going with this? To okay, here we go. And once the fighting begins, it's almost nearly over as soon as it starts. Or it's cut to the next scene over that's reestablishing what they're trying to do. There is some amazing moments that, the fight scenes have some brilliant realism added to it that I'm like, I can't help but appreciate this. And then there's some imaginative moments where there is soldiers going down a hill in the rain in these metal bladed umbrellas. Dear God, if you even slipped a moment, you would lose a finger, your face, or a toe. Yikes, I mean, I was just out of this world. But those moments are based on reality, not the excitement of your mind going, holy crap, it's going to be theatrical and in your face, and oh my God, it's so amazing. It's more like, and it's done. So it's more like in films like The Mummy Returns when they say this movie is breathlessly action-packed. Okay? When they say that, I believe it. And that movie goes boom, 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 boom. And ultimately, you're just kind of like, oh my God, this movie is nuts. Guys, honestly, I was mesmerized by the way this film looked, what it became, and who was a part of it. I was so into that. The one thing I did not like was the anticipation going into this film. This is the reason why a lot of people don't watch reviews, because a mindset is placed into yourself, and thusly you will project it and you will not like it if it did not meet up to those expectations. That is my problem. The reality of this is that this is 80% drama, the 20% is action. Yes, it is good. Yes, it is there. It's not until the last hour of it, and then it's scattered throughout while the drama is finally unfolding and becoming its own. I just kind of wish that there were some people out there who are more established reviewers than myself who would not over exaggerate those points. I'm just saying, Shadow was a good movie. It's a drama. As I go on about this is something that I would definitely say. I can recommend this movie. I can. Would I go as far as to own it on Blu-ray? Well, I got this as a gift from my lovely girlfriend Diana, so I am not about to shun that fact. I do enjoy the way this movie looks. It is absolutely gorgeous. I am definitely going to keep it. Without a doubt, though, this would be a movie that I would say I liked, but would not own. It's more like I would watch this once for the experience. Guys and gals, I know I've kind of droned on for far too long here. I do appreciate if you stuck with me to the end, but I would like to know what you thought about Shadow. If you totally disagree with me, that is totally fine. Keep in mind, I did appreciate a lot about this film. I just hated the build-up and expectations. Either way, guys, let me know down below in the comments if you liked or loved or even disliked this movie. Be kind, be reasonable though, and let's talk. Thank you all so much for watching. I do movie and TV show reviews. Check out those if you are interested. And in any case though, be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications if you get a chance so you don't miss anything. I hope you all have a fantastic and wonderful day. Until next time.